Again, I don't lift heavy, guys. Just contract your muscle and it'll grow. All right, guys, hope you're doing good. So, essentially, it's pretty much the end of our workout. So, what I'm gonna do is I just put on a little bit of weight and I stretch my traps simply because I can't do a lot of proxial loading. So in order to keep my body to want to stay thick, it needs to feel something heavy. So I find holding heavier shrugs. Now I'm not using straps. My arms are pumped. I can already tell that I'm fatigued. There's a shot at your boy. You know, not bad for someone who doesn't train heavy, right? Like I'm telling you, you can build muscle without training heavy, guys. I'm telling you. I mean, heavy-ish. It's more about contracting with tension and getting better at contracting. Very true for that. I think so. Yeah. See how this feels, just to get a couple reps, see how it feels. We already destroyed chest. Let's just see how this machine feels. Oh yeah, that feels good. I want the seat a little higher though, like right there. Oh. Oh, I can see that. So you can put your palms like that. And go there. Put your elbows out. It's not bad. For another workout, we may use that machine. Yeah. Chest is dead though. And we hit a bunch of volume with chest yesterday. So just putting some blood in it, help it recover. How is everybody? Ooh. Doing a couple reps. Hope you're doing good. Good morning. Hope you got your workout in. Here we go. Still getting there. Not bad for someone who can't lift really heavy. Anyways, showing you guys, if you do it right, you can still build muscle without lifting heavy, even if you're injured like I am. It can be done. Can be done. So, here we go. Trying to get some good lighting. Let's see, any good lighting here? Getting there. Getting there. A lot of volume, a lot of frequency, a lot of food, but still, we're sitting around 240 pounds, 240 or so. Again, just slowly contracting muscles under tension. So, I mean, go as heavy as you want, sling weight, I get it. I like to sling weight too. But at the end of the day, it's just tension on the muscle, man, is all it is. I like to go all the way and stretch my chest all the way up. Keep in mind, keep in mind, this is not my actual workout. This is actually the end of my workout that I started streaming. I've already done like a whole workout this morning, but what I'm doing is, for this, thanks man, what I'm doing is, with the weight, I'm holding the weight and just kind of letting the weight pull my traps down. And then what I'm doing is, I know this sounds basic to some of you, but when I have the weight here, if I put my chest up to here, the weight will stretch my chest. So because I just did dips, I believe in the push-pull principle. Because I just did dips, I like to do push-pull, push-pull, push-pull. I like to move the blood around when I'm trying to build volume and size or get a pump. So you think about doing all those dips and stuff as a push and then traps as a pull. Well, the traps are up here and the chest is up here. So if you stretch while you move, you know, you can kind of imagine connecting the points in your body, like biceps and triceps. Oh my God, doing bis and tris together is how you get, that's how I grew my fucking arms, dude. And everybody compliments me on my arms. Everybody's like, damn, you got some big ass arms, Chris. I'm like, hell yeah, I got some big ass arms. I've been working on that shit since I was a teenager, dude. I put like 7 inches on my arms over 10 years. So, not to say, you know, always got room for improvement, but I've always been known because I always wanted some big ass arms. You know what I'm saying? So, Louis. So, for me, it's really about, like, for these, I really believe in pumping and pumping. Now, I have a machine over here because we're in the gym over here I like to do. And this is kind of just for the arms, like on top. It's a modified pull down. Let's see if we can do it over here. It's a modified pull down. I like this one right here. Let me show you. Yeah, it's not very heavy. It's not meant to be. But you take this one and you pull it right here and you lean back. And what you're doing is you're kind of taking the angle and you're pulling it this way. So by pulling it this way, you'll hit the bicep better. So pulling it down right through here. So by going down, driving your elbows down and pulling, you're kind of turning it into a arm thickener. It's a really good finisher, but this is too heavy. I mean, I can pull the whole stack if I want to, but that ain't gonna build no muscle. That's just gonna train your ego. Right on. But I'm telling you, dude, check this out. So think about when you come down, because you're at this grip, you come down, right? And you pull. My hat's in the way. So think about pull. And that's gonna get the thickness. It's gonna get the thickness in your arm. It works really good. High volume. High volume. Lots of sets. Lots of reps. Remember, your body responds from volume, not intensity. Hey, what's up, Sanderson? Because you're holding the handle right here, it forces supination, so everything goes to the bicep brachialis. It's pretty torturous. And we're back. Telling you guys, that stretcher puts a good strep in the bicep. It's a stretch. It's a stretch. So by stretching it here and leaning forward, all the tension is pulling up on you. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely get nutrition in before you train. I mean, look, let's say you're cutting. There's a case to doing on an empty stomach, but I would get up early, and if you're cutting, just eat some eggs and cheese and butter and some caffeine, because at that point, you're not really doing enough volume. You only want a lot of carbs when you're doing volume training. If you're not volume training and you're strength training, you really don't need to get a huge pump because you're going to get myofibrillar response. Myofibrillar is density from strength. What I'm doing now is sarcoplasmic. This is just pump work. This is just teaching my body to hold glycogen, right? So that's the difference in those two training methodologies. But yeah, worst case scenario, how much do you weigh? Pseudo. I wake up, I train twice a day. I train in the morning between 4 and 7 a.m. and I train in the evening. Oh damn, you're 250, so you're a big motherfucker. Okay. I mean, for someone your size, man, are you taking a good protein like isolate? I would hit 50 grams of whey right when I wake up because you're a big dude. I mean, unless you're just a fat ass. If you're a fat ass, then whatever. But if you're training, oh, well, there you go. If you're 6'4", and you're 250 and you're doing isolate, I imagine you have some size. So yeah, because remember, you don't want to. Okay, sweet. Okay, then yeah. Well, let's say you were 250, but you were a fat ass, then I would only say 25 grams. But as a sports scientist, I'm going to say 50 grams of whey or eggs and cheese. You only need 3 or 4 eggs with some cheese if you're eating whole food, right? Because you got like fat. Don't underestimate powdered Gatorade too. You could eat some eggs and cheese, and when you get to the gym, just get some powdered Gatorade, and that'll spike your glucose, so then you can get a pump. Remember, you don't always need carbs, but you want carbs around your training. Especially, I'm training 3 hours today. I'm sipping carbs in between my pumps. But it depends on if you're doing a hypertrophy phase, where you're trying to volumize, or you're doing a strength phase. I'm doing volume phase right now, and I'm using undulating periodization. On days that I feel like I'm strong, I go heavy, and if I'm not, I'm just pumping all day. Have you tried waking up, first thing you do, drinking a glass of cold water, and then going for a walk for 10 or 15 minutes? And then you can put your eggs on the stove, have them going, get them going, and then cut the heat off and just let them rest. And by the time you get back do like a 10 to 15 minute walk and start moving, and then for 10 or 15 minutes. Yeah, man, and don't hit caffeine. Caffeine's gonna blunt your appetite. So get up, cold water, get some movement in, then eat your eggs, then if you want some caffeine. Caffeine too soon might stunt you. Just get some movement in. You just need to get your body used to wanting nutrition, because, I mean, the whey isolate's going to do okay for you, but I would rather, do what's working, but isolate's a little bit different. You know what I mean? Isolate's a little different because it's good protein. But yeah. I'm fried right now. I'm tired. I woke up, said I wasn't going to train. I did 20, 30 minutes sauna. I'm flat. I haven't had any carbs this morning. But I have L-citrulline malate. I ate a bunch of carbs last night though, so I should be able to super compensate. Yeah. How many days a week are you training? How many days a week are you training? Yeah, that's a tough schedule. How many days a week are you training? Damn, 6. Are you trying to get leaner? Or are you trying to get bigger? Are you doing are you doing push-pull legs, upper, lower, rest, upper, lower? And what are your goals? At 250, I'm imagining you're doing upper body bulk right now. Yep. Yeah, peanut butter and jelly. Yeah, that's great. I mean, I would even say if you're bulking, throw in some Fairlife milk, some low-fat milk or some high-fat milk. Between PB and J, you don't really need as much protein when you're bulking. You know that. You need calories. I mean, that's fine. I would say try push-pull. Why not go through a phase where you do chest and biceps, back and triceps, shoulders, and then quads and hamstrings, and then abs, shoulders, abs, calves, and shoulders like every day. Yeah. For arms, I would up my frequency. I would just focus on good tension, and then, yeah, maybe annihilate them once a week. But in between, just give them pump sets. I always responded more to volume with my arms, but you know, I think you'll have better shape if you hit everything a little bit more frequently, but you'll have more thickness if you have more rest. So I kind of like a upper body, lower body, upper body, lower body. On day one, upper body, focus on like a pushing compound, whether overhead press, a bench press, whatever. The second push day, like 3 days later, you can focus the second upper body, focus on a pull. But then you can still do like auxiliary work in between. That seems to work for people. Or, yeah, just blast. I mean, if you just want to blast one muscle group, that's fine too. Kill it with volume and then let it super compensate. I do that too. I think it works. I mean, well, that's the topic. That's undulating periodization. I mean, there's a lot to be said for just going in there and hammering like 20 or 30 sets for a large body part. The only thing is there's the repeated bout effect where if you do the same thing over and over again, your body gets better at it. So like my arms are like 18 inches and I'm going to grow them to 20 inches. And I hit arms every session. Every time I go to the gym, the first thing I do is put some blood in calves and arms. And that's like a warm up. So you can train your body to hold more glycogen. And then when you do want to hit them, yeah, hit them once every 5-6 days or whatever. But I find constantly giving it some food, especially if you're eating carbs, which it sounds like you are, then do it. Because you have the energy to hit the volume. Well, it depends like this. The more often to train, the less sore you want to be. But if you're gonna hammer a body part, yeah, it'll grow. But hammering a body part and giving it 5 to 7 days of growth, although it does work, seems to not elicit as much as a hypertrophic response, as much as a neurological response. And frequency seems to give you more shape and more muscle maturity. That's what the research shows. So, yeah, everybody's different, but yeah, have a good day, man. Thanks for the chat. Make sure you put a thumbs up. Thanks for your time. Yeah.